Thanksgiving and Christmas are my favorite time of year. The only real downside to it is my wife has always wanted me to make her little things like this to put around the house. I'm going to show you how to real easily just take plain boards and make it look really rustic and rugged like this. I've got another video out on making barnwood. I use that same technique to build this little Christmas tree here. Why don't you watch this and see what you think. The only power tools you need for this project are a jigsaw and an angle grinder. On the angle grinder, take the cutoff disc out and put a knotted cup wire brush on there. And that's what the main thing we're going to use to buff out the soft grain and make this piece of wood look really weathered. Don't worry too much about staying exactly on the lines when you cut this tree out, because you're going to buff the edges anyway. Sand out your saw marks with some coarse grit sandpaper. Be sure to wear a face shield when you're doing this, because little wires will fly off this thing and you definitely don't want them sticking in your eyeball. Just kind of run over this thing with the grain and use the right side edge of that brush. And what it'll do, it'll buff out the soft wood and leave the hard grain on there, giving it a really neat looking weathered look. Depending on how rugged or rough you want this wood to look, depends on how hard or how much you buff it. So if you want it to look really old and rustic, hit it really hard. If it's something that you're just kind of wanting to look more, I guess you'd say, finished, just kind of give it a real light going over. This is really easy to do. You can't mess this up. It'll naturally take out the soft part of the wood and leave the harder rings, giving it a really interesting looking weathered appearance. In addition to screws, I also glued this down with wood glue. Be sure you wipe all your excess wood glue up with warm water on a rag. Go over this whole thing with 4/0 steel wool and just buff the daylights out of it. Especially hit the end grains really hard and take that furry edge off. Put your wood stain on really thick. Don't do this like a normal woodworking project, like if you were doing furniture or something else. You want to really slop this stuff on there and put it on really heavy and let it soak in. A lot of times I don't even wipe it off. You can do that if you want to go for a lighter look, but like I said, put it on really heavy and then let it dry several days before you go on to the next step. You want to tape off the area that you're not going to paint, and then I use 2 different colors of green, kind of a mottled appearance on the tree part of it. After the paint dries, take your steel wool again and buff it really hard. You can go across the grain too if you want to, and the harder you buff it, the low spots you can see the paint and stain in, and the higher grain it'll take it off and it'll give it a really unusual weathered appearance. This is just a water-based clear finish. If you spray it on too thick, you can sand off any runs later once it dries. I hope you got a lot out of that. These techniques you can use to build just about anything you want. If you like this kind of thing, hit like and subscribe. That'll let me know that maybe you want to see more of this kind of content. Have a good one.